Hey guys, Mr. Creed back here again with some notes on probability. Okay, probability is a way to measure the likelihood of an event that is occurring. Okay, an event could be flipping a coin, it could be rolling a dice, it could be um, chances that a football team, basketball team, or a baseball team that is winning or is going to win. Okay, those are what's called events or favorable events. Okay. Probability is measured between 0 and 1, so you can write that as like a fraction, you can write it as a decimal, or even as a percent. Okay, and probabilities are usually described based on the percentages or the fractions or decimals that you have come up with. Okay, so anything that is like impossible would be anything that's described as impossible would be 0%. Unlikely would be between 0 and 1/4, or 25% or 0.25. That would be described as unlikely. Something that could be called as equally likely or as likely as not would be described as being like a half or 0.5 or 50%. Something that is likely to happen would be like a 3/4, 0.75 or 75%, or something that is absolutely certain or absolutely possible would be 1.0, or 100%. Okay, so let's look right here. Okay, your soccer team wins 3/4 of the time. We would describe the likelihood of that event, given its probability 3/4, as being likely that your soccer team will win. And it's probably unlikely that your soccer team will not win. Okay. So, for example, we have you randomly choose one hat from 3 green hats, 4 black hats, 2 white hats, 2 red hats, and 1 blue hat. Okay. Find the probability of the event below. Well, we had number 1, choosing a red hat. Well, how many red hats are in this little I'm assuming like a basket or a bag choosing hats from? There are 2 red hats. How many total red hats are there? Well, we have 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11, 11 plus 1 is 12. So we have 12 hats altogether. 2 of those are red hats. So our probability um, can be written as this. Can be written as 2 over 12. I don't think there's a way to make that any smaller, but that's okay. 2 over 12, or it could be 1 over 6. Now, as a percent, that will be around about around 17%, okay, or 0.17. All right. Not choosing a green hat would be the second probability. Well, we know that 3 hats of the 12 are green, so that means not choosing green hat would mean everything else. So that's going to be 12 minus 3, which is 9 over 12. That is also 3/4. I would describe that as being likely to happen because it's around 75%. Okay, so this would be, we can say 3/4, or it could be 75%. This is likely to happen. Okay, whereas number 1 would be unlikely to happen. It's not impossible, but it is unlikely. Number 3, choosing a black hat. Okay, how many black hats do we have? We have 4 out of 12 hats are black. That is also equivalent to 1/3. Okay, and that is going to be around 33%. It's still unlikely. It's not as unlikely as number 1. Okay, but it's still unlikely that we're going to choose a black hat out of the 12 of hats we have here. Okay, all right. So we have another one here. Okay, there's a 20% chance of snow tomorrow. Describe the likelihood of the event given the probability. Think about percentages. 20% out of 100. It's pretty low. Pretty unlikely it's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to say unlikely. And forgive my writing here as I'm writing with a mouse. Not very feasible at this moment. Okay, so it'd be very unlikely to happen. Okay, that will conclude this video. I'm going to post one more for the next pages below. Okay, these pages down here. I'm going to go do the top half here all the way until we get to the complement here. Okay, all right, stay tuned.